is going on, you guys? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to NesFab. Welcome back to transmission chaos, or the de-chaosing. So, as you guys see in the last video, we had a little failure with the dog box transmission. So I reached out to Dave. Well, really reached out to him. We were chit-chatting or whatever, but he told me this transmission he's had for about 10 years. So I'd say that's pretty damn good for 10 years of straight abuse, to where it's finally kind of broken something. He informed me that he had some repairs done, I think to second gear, I think he said, a couple years ago when it was driver error. He had a misshift and did something to the dogs on second gear. But when I had all this apart, which I didn't film, I'll fill you guys in a second, but when I had all this apart, everything looks good. So as you guys seen in the last video, here's the pile of expensive parts that might be usable, definitely not usable, and then could possibly be reused if we clean that up a little bit. So holding on to third and fourth gear, this is just trash that we're going to be throwing away. This is a chunk of the transmission that goes, that you guys saw, I think I showed in the last video, I can't remember. It goes there. When it broke, it obviously knocked that off, broke that, but that's fine. We're going to roll without that. That's no big deal. I hit up Tim Zimmer, which, man, that dude and what he's going through right now is crazy. So if any of you guys are watching this video, I'm sure you guys should know Tim Zimmer. He's been in the game for a long time. Huge contributor to like the DSM transmission part of this DSM world. But the guy suffered a huge loss. Depends on when I get this video out or whatever, but yeah, his whole shop burned down. He got burnt. Luckily he's alive. But anyways, if you guys can, go donate, contribute, do what you can to help Tim out. Every time I've reached out to him here recently, he's gotten back to me relatively quick, and the guy's just stand up. Great dude. So sorry Tim about your stuff, man, but build it better, like I said. So Tim will be back. He's healing up. But so yeah, so Tim said yeah, that's fine, so we're running without that. It's no big deal. So I mean, I have other transmission cases and stuff, but these are fine. So these are PPG V2 gears. So I was running into an issue. I was scared. This is a full V2 setup. If you guys are familiar with dog box transmissions, PPG, they obviously had versions. Well, this was V2. They're all onto V3 now. So there was some questions about V3 stuff working with V2 stuff, because it was hard to find V2 stuff because they don't make it anymore. So unless you have parts sitting around like that you're just kind of holding on to, I can't find any V2 stuff. So reached out through the grapevine. Max got a hold of his contacts or whatever, and I was able to get some PPG parts. So come to find out, the V3 so far, the V3 third and fourth will work with the V2 1 and 2. So the V3 shaft is the same as the V2 shaft. They just changed up the design of the gears and the hub and slider, which they call it different things, but I can't remember what this is called, but that's what I'm calling it right now. I didn't have to touch 1 and 2, so we were able to get we got a new third gear, a new fourth gear, we got a new slider, and we got a new hub, quote unquote. Oh, and we needed some bearings. So there was a little bit of change, but I was able to source all the new PPG parts. So now we pretty much have new third and fourth. New slider, new shift fork. That's where we go. We're missing the shift fork. So transmission, yeah, I kind of got it together the other day. I didn't film none of that. I was kind of doing some dry runs, but they're in there. They're good. They're together. Everything's meshing fine. Everything's spinning fine. So what I'm going to do today is slap the transmission back together, and then give it a night for the ATV and all that stuff to RTV, the gasket maker, whatever you guys want to call it. Give it time to set up, and then I'll slap the transmission back in tomorrow. I gotta get these videos out quicker because we plan on going testing in 2 days. So, which by the time you guys see this video, I would have already tested by then. But yeah, we're gonna go test the car. The dyno went good. Hopefully we get the transmission in tomorrow, and I'll go do a little spin around the block, and it will be good for testing on Sunday. which current time for me is Friday. So transmission together today, install tomorrow, go around the block, do a little test drive, and then we're going to go up to Bannerman and test on Sunday. So that's the plan. Hopefully I didn't miss nothing. Build you guys in, slap up the time lapse so you guys can watch me struggle. I'm gonna do a dry fit, make sure everything kind of all goes back together. Then we'll do the wet assembly. Yep, that's the plan. Thank you guys for watching. Don't forget, hit that little like button. I know it's kind of a pain if you guys go full screen. You got to back out. You minimize. Hit the like button. It helps get my videos out there. Channel it's going up there, man. We just hit over 300 a little bit ago, so I'm excited. We got to keep the channel growing. Get NFT out there. Do a lot of other stuff on the channel too. Not so much recently. Kind of been focusing on NFT a lot, but I got like 2 other DSMs that are, well, actually 3 other DSMs, 2 that are set up for engine swaps, and then 1 I got to do a bunch of work to try to get the wiring and stuff figured out. So we got a lot of DSM content coming up. But man, if this channel ever goes somewhere, like I said, I got huge plans, and I know you guys will like what I have plans for it. Oh, also too, I've been thinking, I know I'm rambling on here for a little bit, that GT42 that I picked up, that I ran a 9.3 on, since then it's been retired. We got some Precisions, we got some bad boys now. I ain't messing around. But I'm thinking of doing a giveaway for that turbo. I want to say 1,000 subscribers, but if we say 1,000, it's going to be a long time probably before we do the giveaway, unless you guys share this and get it out to more people. So maybe when we hit 500 subscribers, we'll see. The goal will be 1,000, but you guys are gonna be waiting a while if we do. But anyways, maybe 1,000, maybe 500. But I'm just gonna think about doing just a giveaway to a random subscriber. I'll come up with a way of kind of deciding on how we do that. But it's kind of the plan. We got some stuff in the works. You know, you guys watch the videos, you guys help the channel grow. We'll only give back a little bit. Otherwise, that thing's just gonna sit up on the shelf. So. But anyways, we'll touch base on that in another video. So instead of these time lapses, let's get this transmission back together. Alright, you guys enjoy the struggle bus? It was kind of a struggle bus, too much, not too much. I was questioning a few pieces on where they went. This is really actually simple, but I should have took some more pictures and maybe some video when I tore this apart. I've torn a bunch of stock OEM transmissions apart, and like I have those memorized, but there's like a few pieces you got to modify and like do some weird stuff on dog boxes to make them work and kind of stay together. So, but I think we got it. I hit up Dave Ruby, sent him a couple pictures just to confirm, and he's on board. He thinks it all looks good. So I mean, I got it all together. You know, we're shifting it through all the gears. Everything works fine. The selector works fine. It's kind of tough. You got to spin the input shaft with the dogs to get them lined up since there's no sync road and stuff. But it grabbed all the gears. Everything seemed fine. So like I said, we'll let the RTV set up, and then we'll get this thing installed, man. Yeah, so we'll let the RTV set up overnight, and then we'll get this thing tossed in tomorrow. So be back in a hot minute. It's time. It's time. If any of you guys know what that saying is from, I'm not going to complete it. But if any of you guys know what that saying's from, go ahead and put it in the comments down below. For my true fans, for my true, I don't know, would we consider, are we 90s babies? If we're born in the 80s? I don't know that question or that answer. But it's time, you guys. Transmission is all dried up, silicone's all sealed, so we get that thing in the car. I mean, this stuff is like usually as soon as you bolt the transmission together, it seals up pretty good, because I've torn trains apart, slapped them back together, slapped silicone on them, slapped them back in the car, slapped fluid in them, and they've not leaked. So I just hate assembling the transmission, but then touching it and stuff while it's still wet, because man, I don't know, just that silicone gets all over. So plus I had bowling yesterday, so if any of you guys are into bowling, go check out the bowling YouTube channel, Bro Bowlers. Just started it, a couple buddies in the league and stuff. But anyways, we're focused on cars right now. So yeah, transmission's dry. We're getting ready to push this thing underneath the car, and then I'll grab my cherry picker, because I like to save my back and I make it easy, and we'll cherry pick this thing back up into the car and start slapping it back together. Yeah, not too much to do. A couple axles, transfer case. So yeah, we should have this thing back together in 30 minutes or so. YouTube time. It'll be time lapse, so it'll be like a minute and a half. And then yeah, toss the fluid into it, fire it up, go drive it around the block, see how she does. It's a beautiful day here in Colorado. It's like one of the last nice days supposedly of the year. So tomorrow's testing, 60, windy, possible showers. So it's kind of up in the air. But yeah, that's what we're doing today. So thank you for coming along for the ride and the journey. Time lapse, like, comment, subscribe, share, grow. Some real-time live, putting together the driver's side CV axle knuckle assembly. How many of you guys are OCD and make sure that your bolts all go in the right way or the same direction? For some reason, I like to put the bolts in from the front to the back. So that way, if any nuts ever come loose, these bolts will begin pushed back by the sheer speed and velocity from the car going down the track. That's just my theory. This side here. Upside down zone. Set this guy on there. Couple hits. Lined up. See the axle nut. Don't forget your cotter pins, boys and girls. Cotter pin, and pull the back wheel spacer for the street tires, and this side's all back together. Boop, 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 boop. All right, time to fill up the transmission. Here, so come hold this. Just hold that, and I'm gonna hold this in the train. Looks like we got a tranny back inside the car. So it's all pretty much back together. I don't have any extra spare bolts or nothing. So I just rebleed the clutch a little bit. Felt a little weird. So did that. Topped off the train floor. Filled with train fluid. So we're ready to fire this thing up. So let's see. I'll turn this one on. Hop in here. Been sitting for a few minutes, like a week or two, or 3. Can't remember how long. Let's see if she'll fire up. Yeah, it wasn't too bad on the cranking. She's a little chilly. Let me put my board up here to block all the ethanol. Well, ethanol catch. Let me see, I've used that a little bit just so it doesn't spray everywhere. Come on, cold girl. Fired up. Let her warm up and get this thing down off the jack stand. Here. Be right back. Well, I don't know, you guys. Something's up. So currently the car's in neutral. As you can see, it does not want to move while it's in neutral. And then I put it in gear, and it does not feel right when I let the clutch out. So I don't know, maybe maybe the V3 stuff doesn't work correctly with V2. I mean, it all seemed to go together, but I don't know, something's up. I don't know, maybe I missed something when I was putting the transmission together. So time to take the transmission back out. Damn it.